From victim to survivor to living wholeheartedly. I'm a victim of childhood sex abuse, ritual abuse, and mind control. When is victimhood actually over? I survived some of the most evil atrocities, heinous crimes, and injustices known to mankind. Dehumanized, marginalized, pulverized, beaten and battered, torn and tattered, terrorized, tormented, and tortured by madmen. I was used for child pornography and sex trafficking. Somehow, the word survivor signifies that what I went through is over. In a world that doesn't want to believe these things could actually happen, I daily doubt my own reality. Does that mean it never happened? Other than those who went through the same holocaust in the hands of our own humankind, who in the world will face the truth with me? The battle rages on as I daily face the war that I'm still fighting. Running from an unknown enemy, I tried to medicate the anxiety away. No matter how hard I tried to avoid everything that caused fear, I found that I could never go out of my body far enough. I could not escape, no matter where I went, because wherever I went with me. When the horror within me got to be too much to contain, I discovered I had been in a war that was completely blocked from my conscious awareness. But all of it was still following me, and the enemy that I ran from was me. I started a journey called recovery when I faced the girl that I was, and I looked her in the eye of her storm. I found my inner voice, my inner people, who had been screaming silently for me to hear. I didn't die like I thought I would, although many times I wished I would just die and get it over with. Storm after storm, pelleted by yesterday's rainstorms, I would hold on until the flashbacks were over. The sun would slightly peek out to say there was still life after facing what I thought would kill me. The inner deaths that I had already died rose from the ashes of the inner sanctuary that I found within me. Collapsing until the next round, I was a weary, wounded warrior in a fight I thought I would never win, even though technically the war was over. I would wake up and face it all again, even if it meant crawling and falling on my face in defeat. Through unrelenting shame, excruciating pain, I found a tiny voice that could barely speak, saying for me to go on and find her. I found the warrior that was there all along, who had fought to live with everything she had in her. Her rage had been forcibly bridled, turned inward towards herself, a prison of self-hatred and captivity. I found that anger was not my enemy, but had been made a foe that bound me. Anger would not be able to make a sound until I ignited its fuse and found ways to channel it so as not to destroy me or anyone else. I learned ways to deploy it and put it to good use to advocate for myself and other survivors. I became my own mother and hung onto my own apron strings for dear life, as if my life depended on it, because it did. As a child and most of my life, I had to hide the real me for safekeeping. I lived a life of blinded insanity with a false self my abusers created. I faced the programmed fear of dying, looked behind the mask, and embraced myself. To die was to live. No matter what they had done to me, they were not able to touch my heart. I was not the evil person that they portrayed me to be, tainted with an indelible stain. I was innocent and pure, as if I had never been touched. I was beautiful, not ugly. I was not to blame for what was done to me or what I was forced to do. Being forced is different than choice. I'm learning that I have choices. Being silenced is different than having a voice. I'm learning to use my voice. Once I was a warrior by force. Now I'm a warrior by choice, gaining back my mind, thoughts, beliefs, and free will. What was done to me does not define me. I'm no one's property. No human being should ever be for sale. My abusers don't own me anymore. I am incredibly, undoubtedly, unmistakably, incomparably, irreplaceable. My immeasurable worth is decided by God, who says I'm priceless. I'm learning to be free to be myself as I break through conditioning. What is a warrior, you may ask? Someone who goes on to live wholeheartedly, regardless of how hard, facing the truth, because the truth sets you free.